When booting up from a USB media disk for a fresh Windows installation or for troubleshooting, there will be instances where Windows installation media does not have the drivers for newer or uncommon hardware. Especially when the media cannot detect the hard drives and Windows suggests installing itself on the USB drive it just booted from. Slipstream allows for adding of essential drivers to an existing Windows media image and has gotten easier and can be done without third-party software like Entlight. To slipstream Windows post-boot GUI drivers, slipstream the drivers to install.vim on your media disk. It is usually located at Sources folder but can be elsewhere on different versions of OS. You can do ADIR *vim/s to look for it if it is elsewhere. Our scenario is slipstreaming of non-GUI Dell Intel disk controller driver to an existing Windows 2019 server USB media disk. Media disk is insert to a USB port as drive E. For slipstreaming non-GUI driver, we need to mount of boot.wim instead of install.vim. Create a temp folder with mount and Dell as subfolders within in C drive. Use mkdir and cd to achieve this. Download and extract the driver files to C:\temp\del. Step 1. Get image index of the Windows 2019 image that you would like to add the drivers. Start a PowerShell session as administrator, type the following command. Get Windows image path e:/sources/boot.vim. In our case, the installation should be done on image index 2. Step 2. Mount the USB boot disk to a temp mount folder, use mkdir to create if not exist. To make a new directory type, use mkdir C:\temp\mount. If it already exists, mount the vim to C:\temp\mount using the following command. Mount Windows image path C:\temp\mount image path e:/sources/boot.vim index 2. It may take a while, especially if your media disk is a slower USB 1 or 2. Look down at your floor and do something inane like looking for presence of ants. Step 3. Extract downloaded Dell boot driver to C:\temp\del location created earlier if you have not already done it. Locate folder containing .cat, .inf and .sys files, del\f6 \. You will need it for the commands that follows. There may be more than one subfolder within the extracted zip file. Type add Windows driver command to add the driver, ensuring that source path, which is mount location, and destination path, which is driver location, are correct. For my case, I type add Windows driver path C:\temp\mount driver C:\temp\del/f6/Intel-C_F6/Win10_64 recurse. Pointing to Dell subfolder with the drivers. Repeat the steps if required for adding additional drivers. In my case, I repeat the process and type add Windows driver path C:\temp\mount driver C:\temp\del/f6/Intel-C_F6/Win10_64 recurse. Then press enter, of course. Step 4. Dismount and save once the process is completed. Type the following. Dismount Windows image path C:\temp\mount save. Unlike DVD media, adding drivers to an existing USB media is much simpler and there is no need to reburn the disk each time you add or remove any files. Done. Yeah, I am using a slow USB 2 disk due to cost center label on my forehead. When my boss asks why the slipstreaming process takes so long, I just give him a disgusted look.